We live. What's going on, y'all, man? This is the What is a Man podcast, season 1, episode 2, brought to you by the Building Kings Network. I got the brothers here, man. We just gonna go ahead and get into it. We gonna go ahead and get the conversation going. I ain't gonna waste nobody time. Ain't gonna do too much.
All right.
We got the first topic though. The first question that we gonna keep asking from podcast to podcast, show to show, just in case something changed. If nothing changed, then we'll go with it. If something changed for you though from last week, let the brothers know, man. But the question is, what is a man? Now, I start with my boy Quan right there, man. Since he jumping on the panel this week, we'll go to you.
Yeah.
So what is a man?
So unfortunately, I missed the first one.
Good, bro.
All right.
Good.
So honestly, for myself, all right, can y'all hear me?
Mhm.
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Yeah, we can hear you. Your screen done froze right quick. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I think we done lost the connection right quick, man. But we gonna keep going though. We'll jump back to Quan in a second, man. Hold on. We'll go to King Savan, man, because if anything changed for you. Has
All
anything
right. So this week, last week I think I said a man that's has his own individuality, but this week I'm gonna go with somebody that's operates in integrity. Integrity is a big good quality of a man because it's about how you gonna carry yourself around different people. Do you change up? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to go out your way to do the right thing? So I think integrity can be a qualification of what is a man.
Okay. Integrity, that's good. That's good. Okay, integrity. All right, Ace.
Hey,
Got
but
anything?
be
What is
honest
a
with
man this week?
be honest with you, hey, it's the same as it was last week with me.
Okay.
It's
Respect.
the same thing.
Just wanted to see, man. Just get an opportunity if anything changed. I know from week to week, you may get a little jewel here, you may get a key there, and something that changes
Yeah,
the man on what a man is, because it's broad, just like we spoke last week about it being a kind of a broad topic, something subjective. What is a man in general. So
for real, for real.
we gonna keep it moving, man. Waiting on Quan to get in here, see if he got anything to add on the what is a man right quick before we head on. But, we'll get back to him on that. The next topic is though, which I can go through some quotes.
Okay, go ahead, hit us with some quotes, bro.
I hit y'all with a quote from Miles Monroe, and what he said was, "Without a vision, you'll end up busy and not effective. Without a vision, you'll end up busy and not effective." So
Okay.
y'all can see from that at the topic of the day is, what is a vision? What is vision? You know what I'm saying? What is vision? And
I let my brother go first this time.
hold on, I got a 2-part question for y'all brothers though.
Oh, okay, good.
It's what is vision, and it's what does it mean for a man to have vision? So what is vision?
I see where you trying to go with this.
And what does it mean for a man
I
to have
see what you
vision?
trying to do with this tonight.
I'm just trying. What is a man? You see what I'm saying? We trying to figure it out. We trying to figure it out, man. That's all. We trying to figure out what a man is, one perspective at a time. So
Right.
we'll start with the what is vision. And if you brothers would like to whichever one of you brothers would like to chime in.
You want to go, brother, or you want me to go?
I throw my little 2 cents in there.
All right.
For me, how I see it is a vision is pretty much what you set to make your purpose out to be on this earth. Because you hear all the time people say, live in your purpose, living this, living that. I mean, it's pretty. At the end of the day, it's pretty much you do what you need to do for you and yours. That's how I see it. What's the end goal? The vision is what's the end goal for you and your family. That's pretty much how I see it.
That's good. So
Right.
they said a
I
vision is
like
pretty
that.
much an end goal that you
Yeah.
determine for you and your family.
Yeah.
Or
Hey, whether y'all want to live in Palm Springs or Dubai, how do you see your family? Which way do you see your family going?
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So the vision is something that the man specifically himself has to determine for the family, or is that how does that dynamic work? You feel like the woman should determine the vision, or should the man be the head of the vision for the family?
I believe. I mean, it could be exactly how we got a plane. In planes you got your main pilot and you got your co-pilot. So
No doubt, no doubt. That's good. That's good. So you got the visionary, then you got the co-visionary.
yeah, there you
You
go.
still got the visionary.
Just
Okay,
like
we gonna go some. We go. I got you. We gonna get back to that. We gonna get back to that. Uh, Savan,
I
man, go ahead, brother. What is it?
yeah.
What
Can
is a
y'all hear me
vision?
still good?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
yeah, yeah.
All right, cool, cool. All
So
right, when I
what
think
is a
of
vision?
vision, right, I
Hmm.
think of, like he said, what's your destiny? But also, vision has to do with faith. It equates to faith, really, if you think about it. Because when you have a vision, it's a plan, right? It's a
Okay.
plan. So it's like, it's activating your faith to get to where you want to be.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
that's
If you
good.
look at it that way, it's about trying to get, because you're not where you want to be, but you're trying to get to that point, that destination. So vision, it's a parallel with vision to faith in my eyes. And I can give you an example, like my brother Tyree, he got a vision for this podcast. You know what I'm saying? We used to chop it up on the phone a couple years ago. And his vision is to make it bigger, you know what I'm saying? So
Praise the Most High. That's up.
on the local level right there, that's vision. And then if you want to take it different, Martin Luther King had a vision, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody will be together, you know what I'm saying? So vision has to do with faith and working your faith. That's how I see it.
You feel like vision is a faith building exercise. Vision is something that's necessary to building faith, or it's faith in
Right.
general. Just having faith and belief in something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
deep. I got another quote that goes into
Faith
that a
without
little
works.
bit.
Faith without
Faith without
works.
faith without works is dead. It's dead. You got to put some action
Amen.
to that faith. You got to put some movement to that faith. So hold on, we got to. This is another quote, and what it says is, vision is the ability to see the invisible to make it happen in your reality. So that goes into that.
Oh,
It goes into that faith, like you just said, what you were just talking about. The vision is what you believe in is what you write out and what you make plain. And the faith is, you know what I'm saying? The faith is what you believe in, excuse me, but the vision is how you plan to obtain the things that you believe in for. You see what I'm saying? And particularly a man, that's why I was going back to what Cody was saying with the visionary and the co-visionary. Particularly women towards the men that had a vision for, you know what I'm saying, the overall family or where we going, where we headed, what we, you know what I'm saying, what are we gonna do
yeah.
as far as the finances or as far as moving or as far as all, you know what I'm saying, all of these things. A woman looking for the man to head that. So I asked the question,
Yeah.
what is vision? I'm looking for the perspective though of the men, because a lot of men nowadays, I feel, even me, it go back to me. I didn't know the importance of a vision. I didn't know the importance of actually sitting down and coming up with that solid plan to where it's like,
Hmm.
this is the 5 year, this is the 10 year, or what have you. But overall, this is the plan and the vision that I have for this family, or this is the vision that I have as a man to
Yeah.
to to propel this family forward. You see what I'm saying? I had to sit down as a man
Uh-huh.
and say, okay, yo, where we going?
Well,
And a lot of men skip that part of the process. So go ahead.
what to chime into that? It also comes from I don't particularly know like how y'all family dynamics ran. Like I never really seen that in my family. Like you actually like sat down and discussed these type of things.
Yeah.
Just like how we was talking
Mm.
about last week. Just a discussion about credit alone. I've never heard nobody in my family discuss credit.
Facts.
So this whole the concept of the whole vision thing is relatively new to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's relatively new to our culture, period.
Facts.
It's all about breaking the cycle at the end of the day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
changing things, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the
As we
crazy.
learn.
Mhm. That's it, brother. And the thing is, it's like that's just the financial aspect of it, though, and that's the crazy
Yeah.
part. It's like it's a lot more aspects to look at when we talk about vision and just having a vision in itself as a how do you know what I'm saying? What do you envision about your career? What do you envision about your health? You see what I'm saying? How do you envision, you know what I'm saying, your relationships with people? Those are things that men can actually plan uh, uh through the vision to make it easier for you. The vision gives you direction in a sense. You see what I'm saying? The vision give you a direction on how you should go and how you should handle certain things.
I'm gonna
So
throw
it's
something
like,
that's in the vision on the vision board right quick. Hey,
go ahead, the vision board. uh,
you got to be able to in your vision. You got to be able to. I'm gonna take it to the familiar aspect of it. Break if you have to break your immediate family away from the toxic shit that the
mm,
rest of your family does. You got to
mm,
make that part of your vision too.
that's tough.
Because
Uh-huh.
too many times that we give family passes just because they blood.
Yeah.
So they gotta be part of the vision
You
too.
talking now.
They gotta be part of the vision too.
He potted now. Huh?
That has to be
So
part of it.
basically you saying surround yourself with like-minded people, and if somebody's trying to bring you down or ain't on the same page, same vibes or whatever, you got to kind of separate yourself
You have to.
for your vision.
We can't give family the pass just because they blood. We can't
That's
do it.
That's real.
sometimes your family and
Yeah,
friends
somebody
be the
needed
main
that.
ones. Yeah.
Somebody
Sometimes they be
needed
the
that,
main
bro.
ones.
That
Go
was a
ahead,
good
Quan, my
statement
bad.
right there.
Hey, you gotta let it go.
That's real. Sometimes they be the main ones, man. And that's the thing. That's what I it's crazy because that's how much direction the vision gives you. Once you set the vision and once you know where you need to go at exactly, then you can really pinpoint who and what need to be in the way or who and what need to be there and what need to be moved. That's the thing. So it's like it's a deep topic, just vision in itself. Because, like you said, going back to the family dynamic, we don't see or no, my dad didn't sit down and say, "Hey, son, get a vision." I mean, he said go to school. That's what I heard. Go to school, but and that's I mean that's helpful, but it ain't necessarily like okay, sit down and get the plan,
It,
son.
it ain't it ain't telling you much. Just saying
You
go
know
to
what I'm
school.
saying?
That ain't telling me nothing.
So it's not necessarily directed.
No.
But it's like growing up and knowing now how important it is, though. It's a key to have vision and still be and still be able to tweak it, tweak the vision. Right, that's the thing. I mean, so yeah, where it need to be tweaked. But what the Most High do is, man, He'll give you a vision, and can't nobody else visualize it. Sometimes that's what the faith. That's where the faith come in at. Where Quan was talking about, where you got to believe in your vision to the point where it manifests in your life. But it's not gonna manifest if you sit still. You got to move on. You got to execute the plan
Right. Walk by faith and not by sight. For real, for real.
in order to manifest the vision. That's deep.
And
That's a deep.
sometimes you're gonna be striving for what you want, and it ain't gonna happen the way that you want it to. It's gonna take time sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? It
Right.
ain't gonna just. It's just like growing a plant or whatever. You're gonna have to water it. You're gonna have to do a lot of. I don't know much about it, but you're gonna have to do a lot of stuff to get that plant. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be on the ground first,
Yeah.
and the more you tend to it or whatever, which you can compare that to your vision. The more that you tend to your plan for your vision, that's when you see it, it's gonna sprout up or whatever, and you start getting results.
Real.
For real, for real.
It's deep, man. It's deep. Y'all brothers potting tonight, man. I appreciate y'all. It's deep.
Deep zone, boy.
Yeah.
It's a deep zone.
Somebody need to hear it. Yeah, somebody need to hear it, cause that's the thing. We get credit, all of that extra stuff, man. It won't necessarily like championed in our community. Like it's not. We won't talk to utilize those things. Like so, a lot of the black men don't know how to use certain tools, even to even incorporate that in the vision that they have for themselves. You see what I'm saying? Because you can only apply what you know. Truthfully, so if you don't even have the knowledge, which that's half the battle. Half the battle is knowing, half the battle is application. So if you don't even have the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, it's hard to really formulate that plan in the first place. So it's a deep
I
zone.
think, like what you just said, to piggyback off of that, if you don't have the knowledge, I think as individuals, black men, black community, if we know something that can help our brother or sister, we need to share that information. We need to stop being selfish. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's good. Each one teach one.
That's
That
the
crab.
thing, though. A lot of black folks don't know what nepotism look like.
Explain yourself, brother.
they,
Explain
don't know, they don't know what nepotism look like because
it.
it's too much. In our community, it's too much of the crab in the barrel mentality. It's too much of it.
Still.
See that? Nah, I ain't gonna go down that road tonight.
Go down the rabbit hole. Go down
Staying,
the
we
rabbit
staying
hole.
up. We staying on topic. We staying on topic tonight.
And then a lot of people, hey, bro,
Mhm.
a lot of people don't know their role too. Because let's say like with this podcast, right?
Mhm.
We got a leader, which is going basically Tyree. He hosting, right?
All praises to
And
the Most
like he 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 got a like it's about vision. So at the end of the day, I think everybody should play a role too. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you're trying to get in the way, if you got a vision, right, and a plan, right, and if you don't do your part, that vision may not go right. You feel what I'm saying? So everybody got a role to play. And I
high.
think sometimes people get big headed and they want to be the leader or this and that, but when they need to learn how to do their role,
That's a deep
So I
zone
think
too.
that's another thing the community too. Sometimes people they may look at another brother and be like, well, you know, he think he better than me just because he doing this and that. I ain't trying to team up with him or whatever. But at the end of the day, sometimes, coming together or whatever, you bring your resources, your knowledge.
Yeah. That's how we've been losing.
Two is better than one, for
Also,
real.
Exactly.
to piggyback off the piggyback, like he said, speaking of the whole role thing, that goes back to the too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
Come
Like
on, man. You put the word. You put the
everybody
word.
He's spitting now.
Yeah.
whoever
Hey,
need to hear this out in YouTube land, everybody ain't meant to be a damn leader. It's okay.
for real.
Everybody ain't meant to be one.
Hold on.
Play
Can
your role.
Some people in the world meant to be followers. Hey, it is what it is.
hey, everybody is
Facts.
a leader though.
It, everybody,
Everybody is a leader in their own area of expertise. That's
True.
the thing.
Yep.
Everybody is a leader. Everybody got the capacity to lead. They do. It's just in what space do we need that leadership, and in what space do you need to be a Indian? You see what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's what he just said. No, you got to know the roles, and that's the thing. Not everybody's vision is for everybody. You see what I'm saying? Some visions is just for you.
all
Some
right.
missions are just for you.
Let me
So
ask you this:
go ahead.
you say everybody a leader in their own special way. based upon that video that me and you watched the other day,
Which one?
who the hell is Corinne Stephens leading?
Corinne.
Who is she leading, bro?
Hey, look.
Who is she leading?
Sadly, it's a fan base of women and brothers sitting out there waiting on her to post the video.
Who is she leading, bro?
Hey, she leading some people in her area of expertise.
She leading them right down the path of fucking destruction. That's what she leading.
She leading
That's
in
what
her
she
area
leading
of
to.
expertise, dog.
That's what she leading.
But that's her vision. You see what I'm saying?
That's good stuff right there.
For real, for real. But nah, hey, chill
That
out.
brother, wow.
Lead on. You lead. But nah, bro, I feel like everybody got the opportunity. Everybody got the capacity to lead. It's just in your area of expertise, in your area of knowledge, in your, you know what I'm saying? If somebody come to you and talk to you about what you're most passionate about, you're a leader in it because you then can teach and show them how to, you know what I'm saying, operate within that passion.
Well, okay, let me say this then. Everyone isn't competent enough to lead. How about that?
I'm in agreement. I got you. Everybody don't have the mentality to lead, and that's a real reality. Cause me myself, I'm learning every day, dog. That's the thing. So I feel that it's certain properties and principles that come to leadership, like come with leadership. So we may have to do a whole podcast on just leadership principles, leadership properties of that nature. Because as a man, that's what we lack. We lack leadership in the Black community amongst the men, especially. We don't have those male leaders around us that's genuine and actually, you know what I'm saying, concerned about the well-being of the community to that extent where they want to put their lives on it. Because that's what you're doing. You're putting your life on the line to lead a people. That's essentially what you're doing.
Yeah. There's some people out there, but at the end of the day, it's some people that just their ego is too big to, like I said, play that role of following. You know what I'm saying? It's leaders out there. There's people out there that's in the field, but it's like, are you willing to? It's almost like it's a submissive thing as a man too. So are you willing to be a submissive person at that time? You know what I'm saying?
And I know brothers out there in TV land gonna cringe when you just said submission.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think men have an easier time dealing with that versus women. Just like take the military for instance. When you go into the military, you got to start off with as an E1 or whatever. You're submitting to your leadership in the military, on the police force, in the fire. Like if you work in the fire department or whatever, you're submitting to it. So it ain't like men don't have a problem submitting to authority.
Yeah, so, it's the men want that though, the authority. That's the point. It's like we don't mind coming together for a purpose greater than ourselves. Like that's just inbred in what it is to be a man. Like that's the crazy part. But it's like
not only that, those type of things actually give you structure. Right. There's structure in the military. There's structure in the police force. There's structure in the fire department. There's structure, like you said, there's roles that everybody plays. Right. Hey, then if you work your way up the ranks, you may be that potential leader. So it is what it is. Right. You play your role as an Indian so you can become a chief.
That's what we missing though. Like that's the think about what positions you just called out though. You called out the military, the police force. You see what I'm saying? How many black people willingly and readily, black men especially, they'll get us in the military, but do we really want to be in there? A lot of them just going in there for opportunity. It ain't because they want to do it. Police force. A lot of black men don't want to be in the police force, but those
they want that charger, right?
They going into that scat pack.
Hey, look, I want but nah. So that's the structure though. But you gotta think about the outlet to that. Because if we don't want to get in the military, we're not gonna get in the police force, then they go into the gang. They go into other organizations that bring a sense of structure to them because that's what's inbred in us as men, to follow organization and structure. Now, if you ain't got the leadership mentality, a lot of those brothers that lack that guidance to the proper organizational structures, they ended up in the gangs where it's only a little slither of brotherly love, and you know what I'm saying? They unified to do other things like the negative. So it's like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's a lack of that leadership, and it's a lack of that amongst the black men, especially where we need those visions so that the youth can actually see that okay, we ain't got to go to the military if we don't want to, but we actually can have organization out here as well. If it's nothing more to, you know what I'm saying, better the community.
That's why you see it. Like, speaking of the youth, that's why like you see, even if we take out the gangs or whatever, that's like when
Mhm.
you see the boys that get in they join basketball teams or football teams
Yeah.
because their structure is their coach.
Hmm.
They'll listen to any and everything their coach say because he's that authoritative figure that they respect.
The discipline.
So if we have more people like that across the board, I think we could effectively help the youth out in a way.
I agree with that, but look at those organizations. It's another thing. What you say, the coaches. We going right into the sports, and I mean, granted, we don't own any of those industries,
At all.
but that's one of the first positive outlets that a black male child has
Oh yeah,
outside of his community is sports through the
yeah,
school systems. And that don't necessarily benefit the community because once we get to the highest level of that, the highest level of professionalism in the sports, that money is going to the industries that's heading the you know what I'm saying, the entertainment business. That money going back to them. They ain't going back to the community. So it's
yeah,
like that's a positive outlet. Yeah, I agree. But it's not one of those organizations, you see what I'm saying, that actually gives those brothers something to hold to even after the, you know what I'm saying, after they get to that level. Because we need that organization, we need that structure all throughout life
yeah,
as a man. We do. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
That's real. That's real. Let me ask y'all a question. What's one of y'all favorite visionaries? People that have vision. It could be somebody older, younger. It's one of y'all favorite people. It could be somebody local that you know.
You want to start?
Who me?
Yeah, that's a good question.
So I got. Let me really think about it.
No doubt. No, that's a good question. Hey, look, I'll
'Cause
start. I'll start.
I threw it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Go ahead.
my bad. Yeah,
I,
I'll
I'm
start, man.
about to say I got two, but I don't know if you really consider them visionaries.
I mean,
Go ahead.
Dr. Miles
Look,
Monroe is one of my visionaries, I would say. And the brother passed away, I believe, in like 2013. Don't quote me. I believe it was 2013. But Dr. Miles Monroe is a good brother that teaches a lot of principles and properties on leadership, man. And I would implore brothers to go check Dr. Miles Monroe out on YouTube. He give a lot of good properties. Like I said, he give a lot of good lessons on just
Miles
leadership and
Monroe.
being a man. Yeah, Dr. Miles Monroe, man, for real, for real. A good place to start, I say, on on that topic. But what you
Okay.
got, brother Ace?
uh, I don't know if you would consider Jordan Peterson a visionary. Him and Jane Elliott. You know how I
Mm,
feel about Jane. You know how I feel about Jane Elliott.
mm.
So I don't
Oh,
know if you consider them visionaries, but I rock with them.
no doubt. Let me clarify. So we look at them because they're leaders in their area of expertise, right? We look at them as visionaries because of that.
Yeah,
I guess you could say so.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt.
I guess you could say so.
but
I got you.
hey,
I like both of them though.
it
Both of
could
them.
be that. Fact. It could be that, or it could be something different. Like somebody that's visionary to me on a local level from my town, and it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Quasi, like who we grew up with.
yeah.
He giving on his Yerp TV. He giving people a platform to speak about whatever they want to speak about in the local area. You know what I'm saying? Pitt County, Martin County, all North Carolina area. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
So
Quasimodo,
that's
man.
vis-
Shout out to Quasimodo on Yerk
right.
TV 252.
That boy doing his thing for real.
Yeah, he is for real,
He
for real.
had a vision. He had a vision. He talked about it a couple years and he did it. You know what I'm saying? A couple years ago he
Manifested.
told us about it. You was there.
And he manifested it, bro. That's what he did, for real, for real.
That brother for real. So
Mhm.
that's visionary to me. You know what I'm saying? He got
It is.
multiple people, different people from all different type of backgrounds. He had preachers up there, community leaders, rappers, you
Facts.
know, people that cook,
Visionary.
people that do fashion, all kind of people.
That's a visionary, bro. To be able to
That's
see it
visionary to me on a
go
local
forward.
level.
Like, that's it. When it can't nobody else see it but you, and you can actually you plan it out and you execute. That's a visionary, man. For real, for real. I'm proud of that, brother. Like, for real, for real. Proud of that,
Yeah,
brother. Um, that's it though. That's the you say that's quasi. That's the one you got.
yeah. I'm gonna go with Quasi on this one.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, that's tough though, man. It's a deep zone out here, man. As far as the visionary concept, man, and just being leaders in our own area of expertise. I feel like a lot of people they get drained or depressed by trying to lead in areas where they're not supposed to be leading in.
All
And
right.
that brings, you know what I'm saying, that brings a different level to the conversation. But that's the thing, man. A visionary, you pinpoint what it is that you want to do in the invisible, and you manifest it into the visible life or your reality of life by taking the necessary steps to getting it, man. If I want to be a millionaire, I gotta I gotta envision the plan on how I can get a million, even if I gotta break it down day by day. You know what I'm saying? However much I gotta get per day out of each day of the year to make me a millionaire. That's a visionary because now you got a target. Now you know what you need to go ahead and shoot for to reach this goal. So I mean,
Do you think? Because today we live in a microwave era
mm,
where people want everything so fast, right?
yeah.
But let me ask you this: do you think it's easier today to acquire your vision, to make yourself, make something happen today with all the technology that we got, and y'all think it's easier today?
Mm. Ace.
I guess
Or
me
is it
one.
is
Oh,
it
oh
let
yeah.
me put it like this. Is it Go ahead, brother.
You go ahead and finish. You go ahead and finish.
All right, so is it easier to do something by yourself, or is it like, because back in the day we had a lot of gatekeepers, right? A middleman. So now is it easier, to have your vision, to be a solo person? You know what I'm saying? Make it happen by yourself, or is it good to have like the gatekeepers?
Oh, it's
If
most.
I'm making sense.
Now I get what you're saying. It's most definitely easy because of the abundance of resources. But the only, like I said, let's say we look at it from a business perspective, and
Mm,
it's easy for you to have an idea. But the sad part about that is
Mm-hmm.
it's a million people that's gonna have the same idea you have, and you gotta
but
find. The only thing that makes it hard now for a lot of people is how can you make your product better than the next man or whatever. So say like because me and Tyree was talking about this. So like if you got somebody that just want to be entrepreneur and they wanna start a candle business, what can you do to make your candles better than the candles in Bath and Body Works? What can you do to make your candles better than the candles in Walmart? Like that's the only hard part about it now. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
you like say it's easy now because we got access to resources. But you gotta go you kind of got to go out your way now to make your product better than these other products.
Feel that. It's a deep zone though, man, because the thing is, it's like the Bible tells us there's no new thing under the sun. And the thing that hath been is what shall be. So it's like I feel like back then it might have been easier, just like Cody said, it's a lot easier now as far as the technology and things of that nature. But I feel like back then it would have been easier to come up in industry had we had the visions of certain things back then. You see what I'm saying? Like granted, we know our people had a lot of hand in production of a bunch of new technology and a bunch of new, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't have control of those industries. We didn't have control over the head of those companies and corporations. So it's like,
Facts. So we the foundation.
I would say this too, to add to it. The only thing that makes it harder now versus back then is social media because everybody is instantly selling the same product and seeing it in real time all at the same time. So
yeah.
that again, that makes it harder for you, to get your product off.
But granted, check me out though. The guy that made Heinz ketchup, he had a way better opportunity to get Heinz ketchup out than we got right now. You see what I'm saying? Because
Oh yeah,
Heinz ketchup being established already from back then,
oh yeah,
if I come out with a ketchup brand right now, it don't matter how much social media I got going on, it's gonna be hard for me to get in competition with Heinz ketchup
oh yeah.
just because they was the leaders of the time period in industry.
Shit, look at McDonald's when McDonald's first
Right.
started selling
Yeah,
burgers for 15 cents. So
you see what I'm saying? So, and Burger King Burger King jumped out as the competition at the time. But the thing is, if I would have come out with a burger joint now to compete with industries like Burger King or McDonald's,
oh, you got McDonald's,
you
Cookout,
see, I ain't saying,
Burger
I ain't
King,
saying that it's
Kirby,
it's impossible. That's where the faith come in. At. I ain't
Red
saying it's impossible.
Robin, Bad Daddies.
Yeah, you got some competition out here, as opposed to being one of those brothers back then.
Oh yeah,
It
oh
would have
yeah,
been a lot easier because you would have been at the head of the industry. You
oh
would have been
yeah.
the leader, for real. So yeah, it's a deep zone. It's a difference in the time period. I feel like, yo. But back to your other question, I think you was talking about vision and as far as a group vision, as far as like a singular vision, and I feel like both can occur, but you don't. It's not necessary. It's not often that you find a vision that the whole group has. You see what I'm saying? It's not often that you get a
Mhm.
vision that, especially even in leadership, when you got. Let's take it back to the biblics, like Cody would say, back to the biblics. When you got brothers like Moses, or you got you know what I'm saying, you got these type of prophets. It was always God didn't go to the group at the time. He went to that one visionary. You see what I'm saying? He went to that one person. He gave them the vision and made it plain to them. And what they did was came back and predict. You know what I'm saying? Presented it to the group, presented it to the people. And it's a lot of
Right.
examples of that. So it's like that
I
made
feel
that.
that.
You see what I'm saying? That made the vision. It made it for the group, but it was through the leadership of one visionary, one man. You see what I'm saying? And that goes to the
Yeah.
military. You got a whole group of brothers, but you got the leadership of, you know what I'm saying? You got a leadership structure to where the vision comes down the chain of command. You see what I'm saying? It ain't like the vision came to the whole group. So it's a deep zone, and then you can have the group may have their own personal individual visions. You see what I'm saying? But it's still, I feel like the message comes through the visionary itself, or the visionary himself, like for opposed to a whole group of people. I mean, I don't know. It's a different zone, man. But like I said, it's
Hey,
thought.
me personally, I'm gonna just put this out here. I believe in the Most High God,
Oh yes, sir.
and I think that we should pray more and ask God to give you know us vision. You know what I'm saying? To figure out what I need to be doing in life. I think that's something that if a person believes in God, hey, ask God to give you that insight what I need to be doing.
You need a vision, man. He said, what do you say? What a for a lack of vision, the people perish. What's the scripture? I don't want to misquote it. But yep,
It's
man.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, people perish for a lack of vision, or my people are
Lack
destroyed
of
for lack
knowledge.
of knowledge. Yeah, and Hosea 4
Yeah,
and 6,
lack of knowledge.
it's a lack of knowledge, man. And of course, he was speaking of the knowledge of the commandments at that time, but it's still in general a lack of knowledge we got going on as the people, as a people. You see what I'm saying? It's like Got to come together, man. And we got the knowledge. We just don't come together with it. Places like YouTube, platforms like this incentivize brothers to teach certain things because they get paid. Beforehand, we
Right.
weren't certain stuff. You had to go learn it on your own. There was a lot of people keeping it amongst the families. They won't giving certain knowledge or certain keys, certain tips out. So it's like, I mean, it's a good time, great time to be alive, man. For real, for real. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Y'all brothers got anything to add to the topic, man? What is vision? What does it mean for a man to have vision? Anything else to add, man? It's been a good show. Honestly, been a good show, man. Probably gonna
Yeah,
let
I
y'all
think we
brothers.
said a mouth. I think we said a mouthful. You got any more topics? That's pretty much it, brother.
That's the one I started with. Well, that's the topic I had planned out for the night, man. Just what is vision? Also, I wanted a couple more brothers to be on the panel, but I mean, the most I will be done. So we got us three, man. I could go into the next topic for where it go because what is legacy? That's the thing. Legacy goes into vision. I feel like very well. So it's
Mm.
what is legacy? If y'all since y'all brothers want to
Uh,
since y'all brothers want to talk, what is legacy, man? Legacy goes into vision. I feel like very well because you can't build a legacy without a vision. So what is a legacy to
that's
y'all, brother?
true.
What
And we
are you
talked about
asking?
this.
Are you
Yeah, we talked.
asking? Are you asking what do we like? What do we individually feel a legacy is, or just what a legacy is just across the board?
Both of them.
that one there.
Come on now. All
That
right.
one there. I'm gonna let him go
Yeah,
first.
yeah, yeah. We can go
I'm
to
gonna think about it. I'm gonna think about that.
uh, all right. So legacy to me, sometimes it could be like, let's see, a legacy could be like, it could be a bunch of things. It could be leaving like your name. It could be your name, right? Like your my last name is Sproul or whatever. Maybe I want my legacy, my name to be good. Like when you hear that name, be like, hey, that's some strong brothers. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers that did men that did good things in life. You know what I'm saying? That had ambition. So a legacy can be also you leaving things behind for your children, your family to come. You know what I'm saying? So a legacy can be generational wealth. Then also, hey, some people got bad legacies out here. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
Some families, you know what I'm saying? We ain't call no names, but some families, they
Yeah.
got some bad legacies, man.
I mean,
Some negative stuff behind some people. So the legacies can be good or bad.
okay, okay.
Like
That's
you
deep.
said, it ties in with vision, right? So it's about having a vision for your legacy. Like, what are you gonna do? What you gonna leave behind at the end of the day when you're not here? Even
Yes, sir.
while you're here, like, what are you doing to prepare yourself for the future and for your family?
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Do you just want to leave this earth and just what I'm saying? It's no more you, or do you want to have an imprint like you still like almost like your spirit is still lingering? You know what I'm saying? Things that you done or whatever, it still shows, it speaks for how you was on this earth.
That's good.
That's why I would like my legacy to be, and I got a long way to work on that, though. Got a long way to work on that, but I want me personally, I want my grandkids and my family or whoever to be like, yo, Quan was a good dude. You know what I'm saying? My family, my friends, he did this. He had a good attitude. He had a heart of gold. Gratitude. That's how I look at legacy.
It's good,
Since
man.
he
That's
said
good.
that,
That's
since
good.
he said, I'm gonna say this. I think for the most part, as far as the legacy argument go, that the only people that's really gonna care about on the individual level, the only people that's really gonna care about your legacy is probably your immediate family, to your cousins, your aunts, and all them. Because if you think about it, especially now, back
Yeah.
then not so much because it wasn't no such thing as celebrity culture. But if you look at it now, we don't really care about legacy for the most part unless our people are celebrities. Just like if we go back to inventors back in the day, say like if we never had a Google or whatever, and you knew the guy that invented the, let's say, the traffic light. If we never had Google to tell us who he was, how would we know his legacy? How would we know?
You
You
said
wouldn't.
if we didn't have Google,
If you didn't have Google to tell you who the guy was that invented the traffic light, that invented the refrigerator,
uh,
hell, that invented the damn window. Like, if you didn't have that person to tell you, how would we
mm,
know what the legacy was? 'Cause like I said, at the end of the day, it's sort of kind of gonna come down to your family only caring about that, because it's a guy in India that probably died right now that got a legacy that we'll never know about.
I, you done.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
And I knew you were going there. You know, I just left you alone. I just knew you were going there. No, I
You
think
know
the
what's
very
crazy, brothers? I missed
bad, bro.
all that y'all just said. I'm gonna have to go back and look at it.
Oh yeah, my bad, bro. Hey, look, but now I think the very reason though that you can Google the brother that created the traffic light is due to his legacy. You see what I'm saying? Because if the brother
And also,
didn't create the
hold
traffic light, we wouldn't be
up,
googling the brother in the first
hold up.
place.
And it's also assuming that they're giving us the actual person that invented the traffic light, also too.
Okay, well,
That's also assuming that.
also assuming. My point is though, because the thing is, legacy is for your family, it's for others, but at the same token, if you are somebody that doesn't have a lineage or somebody to pass your wealth down to, you you kind of just giving it. You don't worked hard to give your stuff to the next man, pretty much. And this that goes into your legacy. If you got somebody like an entrepreneur that done built, I'm talking about you done built this business to $1 billion, and you don't have any children, you don't have any immediate, you know what I'm saying, anybody on your beneficiary list, like anybody immediately that you can either that can take over your business or somebody that you can pass this thing down to, it's going to the next man. All of those years, all of those things you don't work hard for as a you know what I'm saying, your life's work is going to the next man. You done bought this house, it's going to the bank. You done bought this car, it's going to the, you know what I'm saying? All of those things that you don't work hard for is going to somebody else that's outside of you. But that's your legacy. You see what I'm saying? That's your life's work. That's what you work hard for. That's the selfishness of the black community. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing is, even, and this ain't even talking about the family members who have a legacy to actually pass or have children, or you know what I'm saying, somebody that they can pass these things down to. This ain't talking about them yet. This talking about somebody that's singularly by themselves with these things, who would rather die and have these same things go towards something that's not going to benefit their people or their community, opposed to actually passing those things, or that knowledge, or that those tangible items, or what have you, the business, whatever, passing it down to somebody that's going to actually benefit the community with it or impact the community with it. So it's like, I feel like the conversation of legacy, yeah, you I feel like the legacy doesn't matter unless you actually have somebody or some, someone that you actually intend to benefit
So leave it
off of
to.
your legacy. Yeah, after you die, after you leave, after you gone. I feel like if you don't leave nothing, if you don't have nothing to pass on, that's not a legacy. You see what I'm saying? Because it ended with you. It stopped with you. That's the thing. Miles Monroe, like I just said, that man died in 2013. I'm still here now in 2022 in this podcast, and I'm talking about words that this man said when he was dead, after he done died. I'm still talking about quotes and vision and all of this stuff that he done said because it's things that I've been taught through his legacy. You see what I'm saying? He wanted those things
Amen, brother.
to be passed on. He wanted them to be carried on. So it's through his legacy that I'm still even talking about this brother, speaking his name, saying a quote. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's a part of the vision, though. I'm sure that was his vision. I'm sure that was the plan. Was for his words to carry on and be and still be in the ears of people who want to seek and listen for that knowledge.
And
So
that's
I
what
mean,
I said. That's where a lot of our celebrity culture comes in too. Also, I mean,
yeah,
it's the same thing with them also.
I feel it. But the celebrities ain't more so. They're not thinking about legacy either, though. A
But
lot of them, yeah.
but it's there.
I can't really say, but I mean, how many of them really looking for legacy? T.I. I can say because he teaching his kids to do what he did. You see him? He passing certain things on. But a lot of these celebrities ain't really concerned with generational wealth. You see what I'm saying? Ain't really concerned with having something passed down to the community that they came from, or you know what I'm saying, those type of things. It's like a lot of the celebrities, the legacy is them and what they leave musically behind. That's the legacy. So I
Yeah.
mean, I agree. That's a legacy, yeah, but it's like that's not the productive one we talking about. I mean, honestly, I can live without the legacy of Gucci Man. I
Come
mean,
on, man.
I'm sorry.
Not Big
Nah,
Goo.
go up.
I can live without that legacy. I can live without, you know what I'm saying? Just as
But
an
like you
example of
said,
a rapper, I can live without French Montana's legacy
but like
musically.
King said though, whether
His
it's good
music
or
legacy.
bad, hey, a
Yeah,
legacy is a legacy. Whether
good.
it's good or bad, a legacy is a legacy.
Hey,
Yeah,
respect.
that's true.
Respect. But I mean, that's the thing. If we can get passed down legacy wise rap music, but we can't get passed down industry, you see what I'm saying? We can't get passed down land. We can't get houses passed down. We ain't getting credit scores passed down. See what I'm saying? As a legacy is concerned, we're not getting those type of things. So it's like in the black community, do we really need the legacy of hip hop artists musically? I mean, is that really what's
So
benefiting?
basically, what you're saying is we need to start teaching each other about vision, uh, legacy, and everything, right? We need to start passing down knowledge and legacy. We need to start doing that.
I mean, it'll be something that'll prepare the black community forward, bro. Because once we get these visions, once we start writing the visions and getting, you know what I'm saying, certain things in order, as far as with the black man is concerned, and once we do gain industries and we start leading certain areas, then we gonna need to. That's where the legacy come into play at. It's like, what do you want to leave behind, and who do you want to leave it to? Whether it's knowledge, whether it's finances, you know what I'm saying, wisdom. Where do you want it to? How do you want it to impact your community after you gone and now? You see what I'm saying? That's gonna determine your legacy. The things that you do now and how it's gonna impact those that you leave behind you after you die.
I
And
mean,
if it's
one of the greatest things could be, influence. How you influence a people while you're here to the time you're gone.
I mean, it's a part of the legacy, man, for real, for real. But it's a deep zone there, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all brothers too long tonight. My boy King Savan. Hold on, let me see. Oh, there you go, right there. Okay. But yeah, that's it's been a good live though, man. Well, not live, but it's been a good video today, man. Good show. Good show, good show. I appreciate y'all brothers, man, for real, because I feel like with this podcast, man, we're gonna open a lot of eyes. Hopefully, we can get a lot of brothers involved, man, that actually want to chime in, man, want to tap in. We need perspectives, and that's the thing. We ain't gonna be able to come to one accord without chopping these perspectives out and figuring out where we wrong at and where we right at. You know what I'm saying? Where we agree in, where we disagree in. But ultimately, it's the mindset of, okay, can we agree to disagree to move forward for the betterment of us as black men, as men in general? Because we gonna lead the change regardless. So that's the thing, man. I wanted to do that with this What Is a Man podcast. This is season 1, episode 2. And I needed a little applause sound when I said that, but I ain't got that yet. But we gonna get there. We gonna get there eventually. But yeah, man, that's the end of the podcast. Y'all brothers got anything y'all want to leave with? Y'all got anything to say to the people before we
Hey, till
end it?
next time.
Till next week.
Till next time.
Got anything? Oh, Jaquan done jumped on. Hold
Just
on,
got up
man.
here, bro.
Hold on.
just
We
got
about
up
to
here.
live.
I just got up here.
Come on now. What's up,
Man,
bro?
what's up with you?
Man, we about to,
That's crazy. Yeah, I heard y'all about to.
you heard me wrapping it up on the.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. You here now, bro. Come on. We on it. We on, bro. You here now. So we got to we gonna put
That's
you on the
crazy.
spot, brethren. Hold on. Let me let me
Close the
go
door,
and
my
do
baby.
the
Close the door,
solo.
my baby. Are you sitting down? Close my door.
Yeah, you got the full screen.
Close the door, baby.
Um,
Thank
What's
you.
it? The full screen.
yeah. I need
Close the door.
Miss Van. Kwame, you still? Oh, he up here. Okay.
Hold on, baby.
Yeah,
Man.
good, man. You wait till the end of the show. You hop in at the end of the show. Hey, the best for last, right? Let's get it. We got What Is a Man?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
best for last, man. Well, let me get your perspective, brethren, on what is a man.
Alright. As far as what is a man, I think the question is much deeper than that because I feel like we have a disconnect as far as who we are as a people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So in order for us to know what a man is, we got to know who we are first.
Mm-hmm.
And I think our perspective of what a man has changed over time because of society wanting certain things from us. You know what I mean? Women wanting certain things besides not even the fact that we create the standard for ourselves. Is like everybody outside of us create our own standard for what a man is. So it's
That's deep.
without us having an input, you know what I mean? And it's like there's no limitations to, you know what I mean, far as what men, you know what I mean, far as like what we can do far as men, you know what I mean? It's like as women, they can say this isn't a situation that a man should speak on, but there is no situation that only men could speak on, even when it's concerning us.
Mm. I feel that.
It's like a man, and I mean, far as the standard, what a man is like the protector, you know what I mean, the provider. But I feel like even with that, it should be some limitations to that as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because look at what happened to, you know what I mean, Will Smith. He was a protective, but it came at the cost of him. Get in the house. I mean, when it comes to providing, it's some men out here that's providing for women and they not even gaining for themselves.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We have to know the limitations to it.
I feel that. I feel that. No doubt, no doubt. So protect the provider, and we need to actually set the standard of being a man in general. I
Exactly, a
said,
leader. You have to lead. And that's the thing. A lot of males grew up with father figures in the household, but they fathers didn't lead. You know what I mean? So we need you have to be a leader. You know what I mean? You have to first you have to have your own standards that you follow. You know what I mean? Also let your woman know like, all right, this is what I'm doing. Be honest, be true to yourself, and actually be the physical you know what I mean? The physical I forgot what the word is, but basically what you say is what you do.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Women need to see that.
right. I feel that. That's deep. That's deep. No doubt. Y'all brothers got anything to add? Hey, man went deep right there now. Hey, for real. I got anything to add?
I ain't got too much to add.
No doubt, no doubt. Okay. So it's the spotlight time for you then,
Hey, I'm ready for it, man.
brother. Yeah, we gonna
Ready.
just run a couple questions to you and just see if the panel wanna chime in on your perspective before we end this show out, man. For real, for
All
real.
right, no problem. I'm with it.
We got the question was what is vision?
Vision.
What is vision? And the side question to that was excuse me, my bad. What does it mean for a man to have vision?
See, with vision, as far as vision, I think it has to be aligned with your purpose.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like everybody has their own journey, and as vision, like as a visionary, you know your purpose and you know what path you're supposed to follow. You know what I'm
Indeed.
saying? So with that, I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand. But what do y'all think about vision? I mean,
That's deep. So you said the vision goes into what path you have to follow, right?
mm-hmm,
Okay, no doubt. That's similar to what we said. It's the plan that a man sets for himself.
mm-hmm,
It's the thing that you go to and you actually got to figure out. What how do I go about getting this desired outcome? And a lot of the times we not taught as men or as black men to visualize a plan for our lives and actually set certain milestones to achieve, you know what I'm saying, that plan.
mm-hmm,
So it's Aquam went into faith.
mm-hmm.
And you know how much faith is involved in the vision and setting that plan out for yourself. Cody went to the biblics. Faith without works is dead. You see what I'm saying? You got to have action towards that faith.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like that's a big part of being a visionary is actually. And we had a quote, and I get the quote. We'll scroll the quote down one more time for the viewers. It says, "Vision is the ability to see the invisible, to make it happen in your reality."
Mm-hmm.
Miles Monroe had another quote: "Without vision, you'll end up busy and not effective." And that's one
Mm.
of the quotes we didn't really go down that rabbit hole, Cody. But what the brother said was you'll end up busy and not effective. So you could be grinding. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But not directed. You can be grinding on something, but you ain't got a vision to, you know what I'm saying, how to get it to the next level or a direction for it. You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying? An end goal. When I hear that, I think about drug dealers. You
Mm-hmm.
grinding, but you ain't
Mm-hmm.
got an end goal to get you out of the game.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not a visionary. You one-sided. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get right for right now until
Yeah. And
instead
see,
of throwing that dirty money in the stock market.
but you know what it is?
You see what I'm saying?
I think we get accustomed to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We get accustomed to it from our parents. You know, they tell us to go to school and the end goal is graduating, but what's after that? You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like they kind of introduce us to this world where we don't have that vision. You know what I mean? They kind of like censor it from us because they're not telling us the reality of it. Like school is just one sector of your life.
Yeah,
It's not the end. And it's not for some people it's the beginning, but it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that
yeah,
they make that vision like it's a universal thing. It's people that's way ahead of a lot of people and they didn't finish school. They found a trade and really stuck with it and honed their craft. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So it's like we get I would say we get in this stigma of doing things just because other people did it. We lose kind of confidence in certain things like our vision because either it won't give us dividends. You know, some of the things that we can visualize and see ourselves doing is like it might not come with money. You know what I mean? Might not come with money, but it's your passion, it's your purpose.
Right. That's real. That's real. Got anything to add to that, Ace?
Nah,
That's real.
ain't got much.
I mean, And that goes back into what were we saying about your passion?
Mm-hmm.
Your passion got to be a part of your plan too.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. It's like your passion and your purpose goes into your plan as a visionary. It go into your vision, your
Exactly.
passion and your purpose. So the thing is, it's like your leadership. It depends on your vision.
Mm-hmm.
A good leader visualizes the end goal.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And that's where this manifestation comes from. And I hate to throw that word manifestation out there because I don't want people to think it's just this spiritual. Da, 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 da. I ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of it in the context of how the Most High was speaking on faith without works. It's like you can really have the belief. If I sit here right now and say, yo, I believe somebody gonna drop $1 billion on the back of my porch, you know what I'm saying? Or I sit here and believe, I believe, by 2025, I'm gonna be a billionaire. If I sit here and just believe it,
Mm-hmm.
it ain't gonna happen. But if I make some phone calls and start asking them, hey, but a billionaire, the probability of me getting to that goal would be a lot better than me just sitting here in the back
Oh
step
yeah.
just believing
Oh.
somebody gonna drop. You see what I'm saying? Or if I set the goal of making $1 million, the probability of me getting it is gonna be way better if I actually plan out strategic strategy
Mm-hmm.
to get that million, opposed to me just believing it's gonna fall out the sky, hit me in the head. God don't even want us to do that. You see what I'm saying? God don't even want us to just sit and just believe. He want to see the work. He want to see the footwork. So in essence, the Most High telling us, hey, get the vision. He's gonna say, write the vision, make it
Exactly.
plain. So we got to have a vision, man.
Exactly.
And I feel like a visionary ain't. It's not. Men especially. We taught more so to be more reserved and go with the flow, as opposed to actually creating and finding that vision. Because that's something God gave us, was the ability to create and be creators within our own right. You see what I'm saying? That ties into a vision.
Well, I have a question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to partners, as far as like girlfriend and wife, right? What do y'all think are standards for women they have to have?
You mean
Like
what you mean?
because of
Yeah,
let's put it like this. Let's just put it like this.
he's pushing it up.
Far as you as a man, let's just say you holding your own. You know what I mean? You the visionary. You have everything aligned far as you as a man, right?
Uh-huh.
What is your standard for what type of woman that you want to like either what's the word? I ain't gonna say manifest, but what type of woman do you want to be attracted to or to just attract? You know what I mean?
That's deep. Because we said earlier that the vision, we was trying to figure out whether or not the vision was more important to the woman, or was it more important to the man. So what
Mm-hmm.
you asked me is, as a man with a vision, what type
Mm-hmm.
of woman would you hope to attract?
Exactly.
Okay. I mean, as a man,
Anything? Hey, look.
hey,
Anything other than a city girl.
hey,
Who you telling? Who you telling?
hey, no, hey, we don't want them. And the thing is, that's what I'm saying. It's a certain woman that a man with a vision need.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, because the man 9 times out of 10, if he's the vision of his family or the visionary in his family, then the plan consists of him creating something.
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So the woman in herself has to be on board with that. I feel like a man with a vision, he's not going to necessarily. That goes into the submission. The woman, okay, do you want to be home? You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Women thinking, okay, I'm just gonna be a housewife, and I'm just gonna be home. But no, 9 times out of 10, if that man got you sitting at the house and not working in the corporate system or in these, he gonna want you to be in this entrepreneurial venture with him. He gonna need you to help him in those areas. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't necessarily to mean that you just submissive sitting at the house butt naked cooking. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that man gonna need you to be available to do. He gonna need to have the time to do certain things as well. So it's like it's a different zone when you looking for a woman. And I ain't, think the Most High married. She get on my nerves, but I love her. But it's,
Yeah.
a visionary. It's certain things that what I'm saying, a man gonna need in a woman if you want to get to that next level of your vision, of your purpose. And what a lot of men forget is that your purpose comes first.
Mm-hmm.
We wasn't taught that. My
Nah.
pops didn't tell me that. My purpose comes first because the purpose is gonna get me to everything else. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The vision I got for my family is gonna come because of my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So the more a man gets on his purpose, then it's like, okay, now you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The woman even need to understand that the purpose comes before you
See, that's the thing though.
because everything you want in me comes with me finding my purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I can't truly love, vet, or do whatever I can't truly do all of that. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get on top of that purpose first, or
Exactly.
if I'm not on top of that purpose. So that's the thing. But I'm trying to get a Quan back in here, man. He keep yo,
All right, I'm back.
All
Can you
right.
hear me?
my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I would
Hey, I
say
see.
one of the greatest examples, well, in our lifetime that we've seen of that probably would be I would say Jeff Bezos.
Mm.
Regardless of what him and his wife divorced from a couple years ago, you look at where he started just passing out books
Mm-hmm.
for his website all the way up to what being a billion worth $1 billion now.
Mm.
And she was a part of that. She was along for the ride. I mean, she contributed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good example of what you would want your woman to be like.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork make the dream work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What was the question? Because I just came back in.
So what was the question?
We was just we were briefing Jaquan, just get him caught up to speed, man. I was really just going over the questions with him since we had already answered certain things, but we had got back on the topic of vision and what is a
Uh huh.
vision. So yeah, he was giving
Gotcha,
his
gotcha. My brother
yeah.
came in the fourth quarter and dropped like 50 points, didn't
Hey, yeah.
he?
Hey.
Had that winning
Hey,
before.
I got subbed out and he got subbed in.
Hey, bro, I was trying
Hey.
to get you back in there, bro. Like for real, we didn't want you on the bench.
Oh, so no, it's all good, man. Hey, on these back roads, man, it be bad.
Oh man.
But yeah, what we talking about now though? Just you said just got him up to speed with everything.
Yeah, just caught him back up to speed. But the
Mm-hmm.
question I did have for you though, Jaquan, while you here, we did go over what is legacy and
Legacy.
how does legacy tie into vision.
I think in order for it to be a true legacy, you have to break away from generational curses.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Do something completely different. Because if you don't break away from what's the norm, it's not really a legacy. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? It's more so like
Saying that.
it's just sustained throughout. You know what I mean? It's not really benefiting y'all as a generation. I mean, but it's definitely
That's
leaving
for real.
something behind that's gonna benefit. You know what I mean? Benefit generations from after. You know what I mean? That's after you. But it's definitely breaking away from those curses that we got going on. Even you know what I mean? From I can speak for myself. As far as vision, my vision was not the clearest growing up because I was always taught to just focus on how much, you know what I mean, women I can have. You know what I mean? So it took me away from the trajectory of what my purpose was. My purpose when I was
Right.
growing up was just trying to see how many females I could have or seeing what car I can get. You know what I mean? It was taking me from the world that we live in now, the worldly things, and
Yeah.
not really I wasn't really paying attention to the things that I needed to direct me to be able to attract things that need to be in life.
That's real. That's real. I mean, do you feel like a vision requires us to come up with something original, or not a vision but a legacy? You feel like a legacy is tied to originality? Is that what you're saying, or
More so, not really originality, more so of finding out the things that hindered you or hindered your people like before you, and you find out the answer, and now you're doing something different from that point on.
so you feel like legacy is correcting the mistakes of the people that came before you?
And then you passing that on. It's like the baton, like all right, we fell short here. We're gonna fix it, and then I'm gonna pass it on.
That's deep. That's a different perspective right there. For real, because we was talking about the selfishness of the black community in legacy.
Mm.
So you came with the perspective of legacy actually being passing that baton from people to people, family to family, as if it's your own personal contribution. It's something you're supposed to do. Okay.
Because we got to look at it. It was a time when it was just us. All we can really just benefit from each other. We didn't have books. We didn't have all these things for the legacy or knowledge or however you want to word it. It was passed down from the correction of what generations before did. Then we pass it down. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this was the right way to do this. All right, we're gonna home it a little bit. We're gonna tweak it. Then we're gonna pass it to the next generation. I mean,
you feel like we, as a community or as a people, we've been doing a good job at that?
Nah, I really don't.
Because what you describe sound more like other races of people, how they pass down certain things, or you know what I'm saying? You come in and you hop in the Arab store and you see they got the kids running the cash register, or you go to the Chinese restaurant, they got the kids running the register, taking the order.
Not so much as financial. I'm saying, far as like how stories were brought about, how our history was even brought about, and the knowledge of our people was brought about. We didn't have. It was a time when we didn't have papaya. We didn't have books. I mean, so it was just really word of mouth, and they would tell. You know what I mean? And shortly after that, stories would change because it was word of mouth. Then they started coming out with, you know what I mean, some form of writing. You know what I mean? Some form of unified writing where a group of people only knew what they was, you know what I mean, the communication that they had. But when we speak about financial, we not there yet. For one, as a individual, we're still learning financial stability. So we can't really pass that down. The other races can, because they already had it. I wouldn't say they inherited it, because we should have, but it was stripped from us. So they know how to manage money. You know what I mean? They know these things.
Right.
We've been I wouldn't say lingering, but we've been really focused on the struggle, getting it out the mud. That's not how we supposed to live, but that's what we glorify.
Selfishness.
Basically, yeah.
Selfishness. Yeah, that's
brother.
The legacy.
Hey man,
yeah.
That brother came to pie. He dropping 50 points. For real. I ain't playing with
buckets. Yeah, the three.
He said a mouthful. For real. I like that perspective.
We all got to do our part, man, and that's something that I feel like we fell in that.
Just like I said earlier, man. Before he got up here, everybody got a role to play, right?
Exactly.
That's real.
But society is really making people afraid to even play those roles. You know what I mean? Let's just say you out in the neighborhood and you see children, you know what I mean, bickering and fighting. Society got us where we too afraid to speak to other people's kids now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
Where we can't even build our village because of all these, you know what I mean, is laws or just other parents not understanding what's going on.
Where the village? We don't know where the village at. We don't even know if is this my village? Is this my tribe? That's the thing. We don't know where the village at. So I get you, because you brought the perspective of legacy tied into a whole people, and it being our duty to push this legacy forward. And that's the thing. We was talking about selfishness, because the fact of the matter is we don't have that in the black community. And when we go back to our celebrities, like A said, our celebrities, if they are passing down a legacy, it's to their own individual families. It ain't nothing that they want to pass down as far as community-wise and legacy. Exactly. So it's like, that's a deep zone, because we are entitled, or we should be, to ourselves to pass down some type of legacy. But where the village at?
Yeah,
we don't know where the village at. Honestly, we can't build our communities. So that's the thing. I mean, it's hard to get to that one accord on legacy and passing stuff down when the community, you can't even act and be, you know what I'm saying, be functional in your own community without people having a pushback to you or a recourse, or you try to pass certain knowledge down and brothers leave you on read, or mothers won't say, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like you lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So it's like, It's
Fact.
certain thing. How do you? What do you
Yeah.
say about that though? About how you know what I'm saying? You got certain people in the community that would be those pillars or would accept that leadership,
Mm-hmm.
but you know what I'm saying? Those usually be the ones that become martyrs,
Mm-hmm.
end up dying for the people, or those end up being the ones that you know what I'm saying the people hate.
Exactly.
Honestly, the ones that's actually calling out these negatives.
Mm-hmm.
Because that, I mean, we can't even get to that conversation about because what you going into is our ethnic image.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Ace do a lot of talking about the ethnic image and how black men should be the heads or the leaders of our own ethnic image, at least, and we're not.
Just think about this for a fact. All right, when before the Black Lives Matter movement was actually a thing, right?
Mhm.
It was by the numbers. It was more males that was dying in the hands of police officers, right?
Yeah,
Instead of them making it for specifically for black men, it's like everything that should be just for us, it's for everybody, right? But with women, they have certain things that are just for them, for their protection.
right.
You know what I mean? And we get it, but we are also the ones that's not being protected at all. We are the ones that's told to fend for ourselves. It's,
Fact. The black man, that's a fact. I mean, because we got to be strong, right? We got to be tough, right? Don't nobody come to the tough guy to help the tough guy.
have no
Nobody
aid.
runs to the aid of the tough guy. So I mean, we've been villainized. We've been the villain in the media. We've been the villains of historically.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like nobody runs to aid the tough guy or the you know what I'm saying the villain. We ain't going to help them. And that's the crazy part. Not saying black men got to be vulnerable, but that goes into our ethnic image. Like we are ethnic image wise, we appear to be, I guess, stronger than what we are.
Man, we human, man. And they try to,
Yeah.
I will put it like this. They take what it means to be human away from us.
Hmm.
We supposed to not feel, you know what I mean? We supposed to do all these things that are not human like.
Hmm.
And then they attach it to us. And then if you anything opposite of that, you're a weak man. But I'm just feeling like how you do. And I mean, it hurts me just like it hurts you. So why? And I can't have my moment, and you can.
Right. Without being weak.
That
Is
was
it
For real.
because it go back to what we said last week, bro? If you don't do something, you're gonna crash out.
Hmm.
It's gonna come out in another way. Like that's the thing, whether it's anger, whether it be, you know what I'm saying, anything is it's gonna crash, you're gonna crash out. If you
Right.
keep holding a bunch of shit in, man. This is black men. We not taught to express ourselves in a manner that's not violent.
Hmm.
And when we do talk loudly or we do express ourselves, it's deemed as violent.
Hmm.
Honestly, we can have a bunch of us in conversation just talking loud. You see what I'm saying? They like, damn, they over there about to fight. What they about to do over there? Da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
real, bro.
we could be
But
talking
that's
about
because of fear, though. That's because of
you know
fear.
what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
don't even matter what we talking about. It's just the fact that we black men and we not quiet about it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, damn, call the police. So I mean,
That's
for
crazy.
real. But is that tied to our ethnic image though? Or the
Mm.
It
ethnic
is. I
image
think it really is because we can have a heated debate, and like what they don't know is people wouldn't know that we ain't got no beef with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
right.
But other people just looking from the outside, looking at us, they're gonna be like, "Ah, yeah, they rowdy." You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Think
Exactly.
keeps on, man.
But we got the ability to change that, though, for real, with these conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So one podcast at a time, one perspective at a time, man. For real,
Sure.
for real. One perspective at
Yeah.
a time, man. Y'all brothers got anything else to add, man? Anything else to say on the topic, or got another topic you want to chime in on to talk about real briefly, or
Nah, because anything that I start, it's gonna go for another about 2 hours. So
you already know, man. You already know,
Oh yeah.
man. I don't want to hold y'all brothers too long, man. Real,
Well,
for
I'll
real.
just say this, man. I lead with some words of wisdom, like I said the other time.
Hmm?
Um, growth is uncomfortable, and shoot, just being complacent, you can be very comfortable. So just think about that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to grow, it's gonna be some uncomfortable moments.
Deep.
Yes,
That's
sir.
deep. Growth is uncomfortable, man. It definitely is. And that's the thing. Complacency is a danger because you can get so comfortable, so complacent to the point where it's like, man, you can lose your vision.
Mm-hmm.
You can lose sight of the end goal because you done got comfortable with the, you know what I'm saying, the milestone. So
Yes,
can't
sir.
be comfortable, brothers. We got to keep growing, man. Keep striving for new levels. And you know what come with new levels?
Mm.
New devils.
Sir.
So,
I
uh, for real.
Hey.
What you about to say, Aquan?
Oh, none. But salute to you, Tyree, bro. Again, like I said, you a visionary, man, for just
Hey,
doing this, starting it from phone conversations years ago to this, man. You got a vision, so hey, keep it up, man.
praise the
Like
Most
we
High.
talked about the other time, like we talked about, I think the other podcast, or it might have been on the phone. We gotta learn to give each other flowers, man, when we see somebody doing something, and learn how to support. So salute to my brother.
Salute to y'all, brothers, man. I appreciate y'all, brothers, out here with me,
With
man.
all
For
y'all,
real.
man. Yeah.
Look, I
Most
can't have a
definitely. Thanks.
conversation by myself, man. I can't have a conversation by myself. So I love y'all, brothers, man. For real, for real. And this is
Too, man.
Hey, love you too, family.
of the What is a Man podcast, hosted by the Builder Kings Network. To the people on YouTube listening, or if you're listening on Facebook, jump right to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Building Kings Network YouTube channel. Like, comment, and we gonna keep it coming, man. We gonna keep growing. We gonna keep maturing. We hope y'all grow with us.
Mm-hmm.
And we out of here, man. We see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all be blessed.
You do the
Y'all
same. Good
brothers,
night,
Salute,
y'all.
man.
brother Kenny, y'all.